Hello and welcome to the eDoc Builder training series. In this lesson, we will be covering the Template Info tab options for Interactive Designer templates. For information about forms-based option or the areas of the Template Info page that apply to both forms-based and Interactive Designer templates, please see this video. We will begin by logging into eDoc Builder. From the Templates page, click the pencil icon to edit on the template you want. Next, click Template Info. Or select Interactive Designer in the type area of your template's Template Info page if you are working with a forms-based template. The interactive options will then appear. After making any changes to the settings in the Template Info page, don't forget to click Save. Under General Options, we have Allow downloading proof PDF. Check this box to allow your customers to download a PDF proof of the document prior to placing their order. When your client selects the Approve or Checkout button during customization, they will be prompted to download a PDF proof before adding the item to their cart. Please note, this will be the high-resolution production file. If you plan to use this option, we highly recommend that you also enter Preview watermark text in the Template Info page. This will put a translucent text block on the proof PDF that the customer downloads. With Allow downloading preview PDF crop to bleed setting, check this box to allow your customers to download a preview PDF proof of the document prior to placing their order. This differs from the proof PDF by cropping according to the bleed setting, so a customer isn't confused by all the extra space. Note that you must also set the bleed setting on the same page if you set this option. Again, this will be the high-resolution production file, so it is advised to use a watermark on the template so that the PDF cannot be used for printing purposes. With Improve InDesign compatibility, it may cause visual differences. Only use when necessary. Under Legacy Templates, we have Using Legacy Line Spacing in HTML Tags option. Templates created after eDoc Builder Release 3.7.9 use a line spacing method that has better accuracy. Templates created prior to this time will use the legacy line spacing to avoid unwanted changes to the existing templates. You may choose to remove this setting, but please note that you may need to adjust the current settings your template uses after doing so. Under Image Assets URL, we have Always use this asset URL option. The intent of this feature is to provide a way for eDoc Builder users or self-hosted customers that do not integrate via Presero to override the assets sent by Presero to eDoc Builder. It is assumed that the person setting this up is a developer who knows how to create a URL that returns data using JSON. Full details on how to use this feature can be found in our knowledge base. Under Query this field, select a field that is specified in your template if you would like the value entered by the customer to be added to the end of the asset URL specified above. Example like this. Under permissions, we have Allow adding text. Check this box to allow your customers to add new text fields to the template during the customization process. With Allow adding images, check this box to allow your customers to add new image fields to the template during the customization process. With Allow auto-populate, check this box to allow customers to auto-populate templates with images they provide. When the user uploads at least 4 images while customizing the template, they will be given the option to auto-populate the fields on the template. Under Image Plugins, we have Can Use Facebook option. Check this box to allow your customer to select from their Facebook page for image upload fields and any image fields the customer adds in this template. If you would like, you can enter a custom title to appear for this option that the customer will see when selecting images. With Can Use Pixabay, select this option if you would like to offer free images from Pixabay to your customer on this template. For details on activating Pixabay in your account and on your template, please refer to the knowledge base article. If you would like, you can enter a custom title to appear for this option that the customer will see when selecting images. Rules for new text and image fields. Please note, rules set in the template info area apply only to user created fields. To use the rules on the template, you must allow the user to create new fields by checking off Allow adding text and Allow adding images. If you have selected Allow adding text or Allow adding images in the interactive options section above, you can set permissions for what your client can do with those fields in this section. With Can Delete field, check this box to allow your customers to delete fields that they add. It is highly recommended that you enable this option. Can Move field. Check this box to allow your customers to move fields that they add. It is highly recommended that you enable this option. Can Resize field. Check this box to allow your customers to change the height and width of fields that they add. It is recommended that you enable this option. If you wish to constrain the height and width of added fields to a specific range, use the maximum and minimum field size area. With Can Rotate field, check this box to allow your customers to rotate the fields that they add. With Can Change Z order, check this box to allow your client to change the stacking order, that is, move the field toward the foreground or background of fields they add to the template during customization. Please note that checking this box does not allow your client to move this field above any fields set as overlay fields, ones that have a stacking order in the Format tab of between 101 and 110. With Can Put Behind Background, check this box to allow your client to put fields they add behind the background. Note that if your background has no area of transparency and your client moves the field behind the background, this field will not be visible in the preview or master PDF. With Can Change Opacity, check this box to allow your client to change the opacity of the text or images in the fields that they add to the template. Minimum field size. If you have selected Allow adding text and Allow adding images and have also checked Can resize field but wish to constrain user added fields to a specific size range, enter a minimum width and height for the field here. Your client will not be able to make the field any smaller than this during customization. The unit of measurement for this option is whatever you have selected from the Define Units drop-down menu at the top right of the page. With maximum field size, if you have selected Allow adding text and Allow adding images and have also checked Can resize field but wish to constrain user added fields to a specific size range, enter a maximum width and height for the field here. Your client will not be able to make the field any larger than this during customization. The unit of measurement for this option is also whatever you have selected from the Define Units drop-down menu at the top right of the page. Under Rules for New Image Fields, we have Can Change Border option. Check this box if you have also checked Allow adding images and wish to allow your users to add or change the border size and or color of image fields they add to the template. Image quality ranges. If you allow your customer to add new image fields to this template, you will also need to set image quality ranges. Please note, settings entered here only affect user-added image fields in the template. To set image quality ranges for image upload fields you have defined in the master PDF, go to the Fields Data Capture tabs. The DPI calculation for the image quality ranges is based on a combination of the uploaded image size in pixels and the field size. For example, your client uploads an image that is 4 inches wide and 6 inches high with an original resolution of 300 pixels per inch, leading to an image size of 1200 by 1800 pixels. Although 300 is the photo's original resolution, it is not necessarily the DPI that eDoc Builder will use for evaluating the image quality, because the image quality calculation also takes into account the field size. If the field the photo is uploaded to is 6 inches wide and 9 inches high, the 1200 by 1800 pixel image now has a resolution of 200 dpi, and this is what is used for the image quality range calculation. If the client crops the image to use a smaller section of it, this will also affect the image quality calculation. In the same example above, if the client crops the image to 900 by 1350 pixels and uses this in the 6 by 9 inch field, a resolution of 150 dpi will be used for the image quality range calculation. Under Good DPI, enter the lowest resolution that you consider ideal for printing images in this template. With Acceptable DPI, enter the lowest resolution that you consider acceptable but not ideal for printing images in this template. If a customer uploads an image that is greater than or equal to this DPI but lower than what you have entered in the Good DPI box, they will see a warning message that says your image quality is low and may look pixelated after printed. A small yellow triangle with an exclamation mark will also appear over the image in the preview, but not in the production file, to act as an alert to the customer. Under Poor DPI, enter the lowest resolution that you will agree to print for images in this template. If a customer uploads an image that is greater than or equal to this DPI but lower than what you have entered in the Acceptable DPI box, they will see a warning message that says your image quality is very low and may look pixelated after printed. A small orange triangle with an exclamation mark will also appear over the image in the preview, but not in the production file, to act as an alert to the customer. Bad DPI. Bad DPI is anything less than what you have entered in the Poor DPI box. If a customer uploads an image in the bad DPI range, they will receive the message image quality too low, bad print quality. They will not be allowed to place this image on the template. Text styles. If you have selected Allow adding text, you may also wish to give your users the ability to affect certain aspects of the text styling in fields they add to the template. The available permissions are: can change font face. Check this box to allow users to change the font face in any field they add to the template. If this box is not checked, all added font fields will use the font you selected from the default font drop-down menu. Can change font size. Check this box to allow users to change the size of the text in fields they add to the template. If you wish to constrain the font to a certain range of sizes, enter a minimum and maximum font size in the fields below. With Can change font outline, this will allow the user to change the font outline color and thickness. With Can change font color, check this box to allow users to change the color of the font in fields they add to the template. If you wish to constrain the font to a certain palette of colors, make sure you have selected it in the default color palette for New Text drop-down menu. With Can fill text field with color, check this box to allow users to fill the background of a text field with a color. It is not necessary for them to have text in the field, so this can be used to create squares and rectangles with a color. which can set text to bold. Check this box to allow users to make the font bold in any fields they add to the template. Please note that it is almost always best to disallow this option and instead upload the bold version of your font to the template's assets area, making it available for your client to use. Can set text to italic. Check this box to allow users to italicize the text in fields they add to the template. With can set text to underline. Check this box to allow users to underline the text in fields they add to the template. With can change text alignment. Check this box to allow users to set the horizontal and vertical text alignment in fields they add to the template. With can change text direction. Check this box to allow users to set the text direction in fields they add to the template during customization. The options available to them would be horizontal, standard text runs in lines from left to right, with successive lines proceeding top to bottom. Horizontal right to left will properly accept scripts like Arabic, Farsi, Hebrew, and Urdu that need to run in lines from right to left, with successive lines proceeding top to bottom. Important: left to right scripts can still be typed in fields with this setting and will not appear incorrectly. However, right to left scripts will only work correctly in a field with this text setting. Vertical text runs in lines from top to bottom with successive lines proceeding right to left. Important: only fonts that have been embedded in Unicode can use vertical text. Can change text leading. Check this box to allow users to change the line spacing in fields they add to the template. With can change text tracking. Check this box to allow users to change the character spacing in fields they add to the template. With can insert symbols from drop-down. Check this box to allow users to insert predefined symbols from an insert drop-down menu in text fields they add to the template. With can enable and disable font effect. Check this box to allow users to enable or disable the font effect on the template. And with can change the font effect. Check this box to allow users change the font effect being used on the template. Text field default values. Under font, select a font from this menu to be the default font for user added text fields in this template. If you do not check can change font face above, any text fields the user adds to the template will be able to use only this font. With font size, if the user is allowed to add a text field, the default size for the font can be set here. Under minimum font size, if you have checked can change font size but wish to constrain the font in user added fields to a specific size range, enter a minimum font size here. Your client will not be able to make the text any smaller than this during customization. The unit of measurement for this option is in points, no matter what you have selected from the Define Units drop-down menu at the top right of this page. Under Maximum Font Size, if you have checked Can change font size but wish to constrain the font in user-added fields to a specific size range, enter a maximum font size here. Your client will not be able to make the text any larger than this during customization. The unit of measurement for this option is in points, no matter what you have selected from the Define Units drop-down menu at the top right of the page. Under Color Palette, Default Color Palette for new text. If you wish to constrain your users to a specific selection of colors for font fields they add to the template, select an existing color palette from this menu. Text color sets the default color of text added by the user during customization of the template. With fill color, it sets the default background color of the text field when a text field is added to the template by the user. With text outline color, it will set the color of the outline around the font if used. With Use RGB Color Picker, if you wish to constrain your users to a specific selection of RGB colors for font fields they add to the template. Use CMYK Color Picker if you wish to constrain your users to a specific selection of CMYK colors for font fields they add to the template. Under Font Effect Default Values, select the font effect type, intensity percentage, drop shadow, shadow DPI, shadow size percentage, shadow color, shadow offset X percentage, shadow offset Y percentage, shadow opacity percentage, outline enabled, outline size percentage, and outline color. Under Other Options, with Disable Raster Quantization, this option is not typically needed. However, if your images have a smooth gradient that is appearing as distinct bands, then check this box to resolve that issue. Thank you for watching this video tutorial.